Ever feel like you could use some good advice?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Like from someone who's really been there, you know?
Yeah.
Someone who's
Been around the block a few times.
yeah, exactly. So that's what we're diving into today.
Okay.
We're talking about advice from our elders. And
This should be good.
yeah, it is. It's amazing, actually. So we're taking inspiration from this book by Carl Pillimer.
Yeah.
It's called 30 Lessons for Living. And he interviewed like over 1,500 people,
Wow.
all 70 or older.
Wow. That's impressive.
So we're going to unpack 10 nuggets of wisdom.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. So the first one that really struck me was all about purpose.
Okay.
The elders, they really emphasized finding work that gives you meaning, like a real sense of meaning.
Not just like, clocking in and clocking out.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's about feeling like you're making a contribution.
Yeah.
You know? Like your work has a positive impact.
And a lot of them actually regretted focusing only on money earlier in their careers.
Yeah, they said that a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like, you know that feeling when you get so lost in something you love and time just flies by?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Imagine feeling that way about your job.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Right. Do you think people are realizing this more these days? With all this talk about like finding your passion and all that?
Yeah, definitely. It seems like there's this shift happening, especially with younger generations.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of a job just being a paycheck is becoming less and less acceptable.
Okay, so purpose is key,
Yeah.
but the elders also stressed taking care of your health.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Big time.
Yeah.
They said to take care of your body, like you'll live to be 100.
Like you'll live to be 100. That's a good goal.
I mean, no, I'm not saying everyone needs to become like a marathon runner,
Right.
but it's about making those healthy choices throughout life.
Yeah, and it's not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you make healthy choices, now you'll have more energy, more vitality, and more freedom to enjoy everything as you get older.
Yeah, it's like giving your future self a high five.
Exactly.
Okay, so listeners, let's get real for a sec. What's one small healthy habit you could start today? Like maybe drinking more water or taking a walk at lunch or swapping out those sugary snacks?
Even those little things can make a big difference over time.
For sure.
Mm.
It's about building those positive habits now so they become second nature later on.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of taking action, another piece of advice that really resonated with me was saying yes to new opportunities.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, the elders regretted the chances they didn't take more than the ones they did.
Interesting.
It's about being open to new experiences, stepping outside your comfort zone, you know.
Yeah, and embracing the unknown.
They talked about how trying new things keeps you mentally sharp and engaged.
It's like a workout for your brain.
Exactly. And, you know, there's actually science behind this. Studies have shown that challenging your brain with new activities can actually boost cognitive function.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and even promote neurogenesis.
Neuro what?
Neurogenesis. That's like the creation of new brain cells.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, I can totally relate to this. I used to be terrified of public speaking, but I decided to face my fear and join Toastmasters.
Good for you.
And you know what? It was one of the best decisions I ever made.
That's great.
Yeah, it not only helped me professionally, but it also boosted my confidence and I made some great connections.
I love that.
What about you? Have you ever taken a leap of faith that really paid off?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I used to be hesitant to travel solo, but a friend convinced me to take a trip to Southeast Asia.
Oh, wow.
It was incredible. It pushed me to be more independent and resourceful.
I bet.
I learned so much about myself and the world. It sparked a lifelong love of travel.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So listeners, what's one thing you've been hesitant to try? Maybe it's learning a new skill or taking a dance class or traveling somewhere you've always dreamed of.
What if saying yes to that opportunity could change your life?
Right. The elders emphasize that life is short and we often regret the chances we don't take.
Don't let fear hold you back from experiencing all that life has to offer.
So true.
I mean, it's amazing how just saying yes can lead to those kind of experiences.
Totally. And speaking of those big life choices, the elders had a lot to say about relationships.
Oh yeah, especially the romantic ones.
Yeah, they really emphasized choosing a partner carefully.
Not rushing into things.
Exactly. They kept saying things like, don't rush into marriage and look for someone who shares your values, you know?
Yeah, it's about finding someone who truly gets you and respects you.
Right? Someone you can build a life with.
Someone you can grow with.
Yeah, and they talked about how a strong partnership, it's built on mutual respect, shared goals, and that deep connection.
Not just the superficial stuff.
No, not at all. It makes you think about all those whirlwind romances you see in movies. you know?
Totally unrealistic.
Yeah, the elders were all about taking your time to really get to know someone before making that commitment.
It's a big decision.
Huge. And they all started about communication.
Oh, yeah, that's key.
They said things like, don't let things fester and talk things out.
Being open and honest.
Exactly. That's how you resolve conflicts and maintain a healthy relationship.
Absolutely.
And, I think a lot of people struggle with expressing their feelings.
Especially with the tough conversations.
Oh, for sure. But the elders were clear that avoiding those talks just leads to more problems down the road.
Resentment and distance.
Yeah. And they also emphasized expressing love and appreciation regularly.
Little things go a long way.
Totally. They were like, don't take your loved ones for granted and say, I love you often.
I like that.
It's about those small gestures, the ones that show you care.
Showing up for the people you love.
Exactly. Okay, listeners, think of someone you love.
Yeah.
Have you told them how much you appreciate them lately? It could be a phone call, a note, even just a hug.
Those little things mean so much.
They do. And speaking of appreciation, the elders were big on cherishing experiences over material possession.
Experiences over things.
Yeah, they talked about how travel broadens your horizons,
Yeah.
exposes you to new cultures.
Creates memories that last a lifetime.
They said, travel while you can, and don't wait for retirement to see the world.
Smart.
They emphasize that experiences enrich your life in ways that stuff just can't.
Makes sense.
And, there's actually a lot of research to back this up. Studies have shown that experiences bring more lasting happiness than material goods.
Really?
Yeah, think about it. The joy of a new car that fades. But the memories of a trip to Italy or a hike in the mountains, those can stick with you forever.
That's true.
I remember this trip I took to Japan a few years ago. I was just completely immersed in the culture. The food, the art.
Sounds amazing.
It was. And the memories still bring me joy.
I love that.
So listeners, if you could travel anywhere right now, where would you go? What experiences would you seek out? Don't let those travel dreams just stay dreams.
Yeah, make it happen.
Start planning, start saving, and go. The elders reminded us that life is short and the world is vast.
So much to see and do.
Right. And that brings us to another big theme time. The elders had a lot to say about how precious time is.
And how we should use it wisely.
Exactly. They were like, don't put off your dreams and live each day to the fullest.
It's about making conscious choices about how we spend our time.
Yeah, and making sure our actions match our values.
Living with intention.
Yes. And they also talked about being present in the moment,
Not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future.
Right. They said things like, don't dwell on the past and don't worry about the future.
Appreciate the here and now.
Exactly. It's so easy to get caught up in the busyness of life and forget to enjoy those small moments.
Those moments that really matter.
Yeah, whether it's time with loved ones, a beautiful sunset, even just take a moment to breathe and appreciate the stillness.
It's the little things.
Those are the things that make life rich and meaningful,
Absolutely.
The elders also warned against wasting time on worry.
Oh yeah, worry can be such a drain.
They said most of the things we worry about never even happen, and worrying just steals your joy.
So true.
It's about recognizing that worry is often unproductive and focusing our energy on things we can control.
Things we can actually change.
So listeners, what's one thing you can do today to be more present and mindful? Maybe it's putting your phone away during dinner, taking a walk in nature without distractions.
Or even just a few minutes of quiet reflection.
The elders emphasized that finding peace and joy in the present moment, that's key to a fulfilling life.
It's a good reminder.
Wow, it's amazing how much they packed into just 10 pieces of advice.
It really is. We covered so much ground.
From purpose to relationships to experiences, health being present, choosing happiness.
Even legacy.
Right. And what really struck me is they weren't talking about reaching some distant happily ever after,
It's more about the everyday choices.
Exactly. They said happiness is a choice we make every day.
In the small moments and how we handle challenges.
And in the gratitude we have for the good things, no matter how small.
One of the elders in the book said something that really resonated with me.
What was that?
She said, happiness isn't about having everything you want, it's about appreciating everything you have.
Ooh. I love that. That's such a powerful shift in perspective.
It really is. We often have more than we realize, but we get so caught up in wanting more
Striving for more.
that we forget to appreciate what's already there.
So true.
Yeah.
And that brings us to one of the most important pieces of advice. We talked about gratitude.
The elders really emphasize the power of gratitude.
To shift our perspective, boost our mood, improve our well-being.
It's amazing how much of a difference it can make.
Even just talking about it now, I feel my mood lifting.
Me too.
Just thinking about things I'm grateful for, the people alive. I love the simple pleasures it brings, this warmth and contentment.
It's like an instant mood booster.
Totally. And there's actually a ton of research on the benefits of gratitude.
Oh yeah, studies have shown it can lower stress, improve sleep, increase resilience.
Even boost your immune system.
So it's not just about feeling good, it's good for your health too.
Exactly. So what are some easy ways people can practice gratitude in their daily lives?
Well, one simple and effective method is keeping a gratitude journal.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Just take a few minutes each day to write down a few things you're grateful for.
It's that easy.
Yeah, you can also try incorporating gratitude into your conversations.
Expressing appreciation to loved ones, colleagues, even strangers.
It creates this ripple effect of positivity.
I love that. And don't forget to express gratitude to yourself.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. Acknowledge your strengths, your accomplishments, even small acts of kindness toward yourself.
It boosts self-esteem and self-compassion.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the wisdom of our elders, let's take a moment to reflect.
On what resonated with us.
What advice will you carry with you? What small step can you take today to live a more fulfilling, joyful, and meaningful life?
The elders have given us so many incredible insights.
It's up to us to choose the ones that speak to us and put them into practice.
It's been an inspiring journey.
I hope our listeners feel empowered to embrace this wisdom and create lives filled with purpose, connection, and joy. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep living with intention.